Hi, I'm Jay Spencer. I've played for KU men's soccer for 4 years now.
Played for Kutztown men's soccer for 3 years now.
I played for KU for 2 years now.
I joined when I was a freshman, so it's my 4th year.
I'm fairly new. I only played for about a year. So this is my 2nd year on the team.
So I've been on the team for 2.5 years now.
Yeah, so when I was in high school, I was a baseball kid. I played varsity baseball. Couldn't play in college. I tore my labrum in my shoulder. But when I was a freshman on this team during COVID, I had nothing to do in my room, and I just saw a couple guys out on the field playing. I'd never played in my life, but I went out with my roommate at the time, and I ended up enjoying it. I obviously wasn't as good as the other guys, but like it just gave me another chance to be an athlete again, stay in shape, and I just found a new love for the game. I started following like professional, and it was just a good group of guys that I just looked forward to waking up every day and going, just playing pickup, and I don't know, just gave me some new friends, new family.
So I've been on the team for 2.5 years now. When I first started, I was kind of skeptical. I started off on a varsity sport here, and I switched on over to a club sport because it was just like better for me, and the environment and atmosphere was honestly just something I was like looking forward to because I felt like I fit better there. So that's kind of why I switched over.
I've definitely seen the club evolve a lot from my freshman year to my junior year now. My freshman year, we struggled. Like sometimes Chase would be calling me like an hour before the game, like, yo, get up, like I need an extra guy to come to this game. Like we got like barely 11 guys, and we kind of just show up, play with 11 guys.
I joined. We were barely a team, and we had like 10, 15 guys graduating, so we were basically on the verge of like not existing.
Freshman year was a struggle. We would have like back-to-back games on one single day, and even like guys like Jake, who is on the team now, he's a big leader in the team now. There was days my freshman sophomore year where like, hey, we have a game, and Jake would be like, yeah, I'm not coming.
So after our COVID year, we finally was able to form a team, and just evolving a game schedule, seriousness in practice. We've gotten way better equipment, jerseys, stuff like that. So definitely evolved.
Now in my junior year, everything's organized. We got team snap, like everybody knows where they're supposed to be, the exact times, show up for warm-ups at least an hour before the game.
And now it's like it's a routine now. Like, hey, we have practice, we have games, we have to prepare for that. So definitely the identity of that is massive.
It's a lot smoother of an organization than it was definitely when I first came into it.
So when I first got here, I think that like the outside support was kind of not there. I felt like it was more family, less friends like around campus.
So the support for KU men's soccer has definitely changed over the years. For my freshman year, I'd say it was probably just parents in the stands if we're lucky.
You could basically walk around and no one knew you existed. You would probably go around, people would be like, we have a men's soccer team, I didn't know that. Definitely changed over time. We have a lot more people going to games now.
Support for the team has grown exponentially. Just seeing that people will come out to our games even when we're struggling, to pick up wins and pick up results, seeing that we have people cheering for us on the sidelines, even for individual players or just as a team in general. When people like repost our stories or repost our game, it feels nice to see that people care and people support you.
Everyone's starting to make it grow. We have people around campus wearing our shirts. We have people wearing our hoodies.
Now with my junior year, there's a lot more students that show out in the films and the games and stuff. You can even hear them like screaming and shouting whenever we get shots off and stuff. And even though this season was rough, like every single game, it seemed like we had more and more people show out.
A lot of people showed up to our games, and even though we weren't that good this year, people came to our games, the home games. There's a lot of support. Social media definitely helped, tied in giving the team some culture, giving us a name.
Like the past couple of semesters, I would say like last spring and this fall, we kind of like made a brand for ourselves almost, which was really interesting to see.
Dealing with the hard times is definitely something that is new to me this season. Last season, we didn't really have a lot of problems, but having to step up as treasurer in a moment when somebody left quickly and adapt. I kind of just focus in before games, try to lock in as much as possible, and just mentally prepare myself to take on whatever I need to for that day.
There's definitely like ups and downs. With any team can say that. You can deal with the downs. You just have to have each other's backs. You know, people are always in practice. You'll see people get down on each other when they make a mistake, but you gotta pick their head right up. If you let your head go down, you're just gonna throw off the rest of the practice, rest of the game. So I just say, something goes wrong, just always on to the next play, always next to the next game, and just always having each other's backs. We're brothers, not just friends.
So we deal with the hard times by trying to keep our heads up, trying to keep a level headspace. You know, there's some things you can't control. Try not to get mad at the uncontrollable stuff. Get better at the stuff you can control. Communication, going out there, working hard at practice. All the little things come together eventually, and we're always learning too.
Hard times come, ups and downs do arrive. I feel like we have to just take the idea that this is a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to play the sport. It's a privilege to compete for anything at a high level and be a part of an organization. So I try to remember the little things and that we keep going. That's the most important thing. You'll keep going. There's always another day.
Just try and keep the head up, try and work with the guys and just work through it, push through it, try and get a win, try and make the best out of what we get.
It's definitely tough. We, as e-board and as vice president, as captain, like I just look to motivate the guys, and it's difficult. There's guys on the team that like need to be motivated in different ways, and I try to like basically look at each person as their own individual and not as like one unit. So like I'll sit down and talk to them, be like, hey, like this is what I want to see from you. Like I think you did this really well, and I think working on the guys individually builds the big unit as like a whole and helps us improve.
It's always tough, you know, every season comes with downfalls, but I would definitely say, you know, stepping away from it, you know, knowing that like these are the guys that I'm going to, you know, battle with next week, or, you know, come to practice and just kind of focus on something that from the game, you know, I'm having an issue, maybe highlight that during practice, and then, you know, getting together and just knowing that if I fall down, everyone else is there to pick me back up and being that person too for everyone else.
Celebrate the good times. That's a tough one. That's a good question.
Definitely with, you know, all the other guys that I was out there with. I would say, you know, I'm old enough, obviously, to go to the bars for, you know, a beer or two maybe, but I would have to say, you know, just getting rowdy with the guys, absolutely.
I just hang out with some of the guys. Me and Jake, we hang out a lot. We'll go have a good time. We'll go out. All the guys here, we all just talk about what happened, keep our heads up, and we use that good experience to boost our momentum to the next game.
Just having fun with the boys, the teammates, you know. You can feel the energy there as well. So it's more about everyone kind of being in the same headspace when it comes to that, just having a good time.
Well, I'm of age, so probably go to the bar if that's possible, but just hang with the guys.
Celebrating the good times. I mean, after all our wins, I know we're just like super hyped coming off the win, and like in our team huddles and stuff, just celebrating, and then team socials, pizza nights, like all that, just hanging out as a team.
Celebrate the good times. I like to hang out with the boys after games, celebrate, just go get some food, relax for the night.
So anytime we get a win or a good goal, you just want to run up to them and just give them a big hug, tell them, you know, good job out there. You know, it's like a proud brother kind of moment. You seeing the younger guys succeed. After a win, it's good to go out with some of the older guys, have a little fun.
The good times, soaking in it. Definitely just taking every second of it and enjoying the fact that the hard effort that you put in has created this.
My favorite memory playing for KMN soccer, I think it's got to be Frankie's goal. I think just watching Frankie work all season and then finally score a goal, and just how the team reacted, just all like dogpiling him and like celebrating him scoring the goal, and especially it came against LaSalle, which was like a D1 club program, and we won 4-1 that game. Like it made me feel like extremely good that like not only were we able to beat a D1 program, but then also like one of the newer guys was able to step up and put it away.
Favorite memory so far is probably scoring my game winner against York. Scored in the 85th minute. Had all of our team run to me in the corner. And it was good seeing their crowd really quiet after I scored. So that was probably my favorite moment so far.
Probably Frankie's goal or Gio's goal, just with camaraderie with the team, everyone getting together and having a good time with this goal scoring.
I would have to say it came from this semester. It was definitely beating York on the road. Gio scoring that goal like towards the end of the game, and us just parking the bus at the end was amazing. I think I like looked over to the York student section because I heard them chirping and just kind of hit him with like one of these, which was amazing. So that was definitely a highlight.
So far I'd probably say getting our recent wins this season. I mean, in a struggling season, just seeing us actually be able to come together and create something even in hard times probably is the best moment.
I have a lot, but I don't know, just team dinners after our games, our road games, and we're just really hungry. Either Chipotle, we go to Uppbeat, stuff like that. That's when guys are really, they'll let loose. You're no longer just like teammates or acquaintances on the field. You actually have personality come out, and you have a lot of laughs together. So some good moments.
I don't know, it was just like a memory, but just like an overall seeing of just like seeing everyone together. Like when we have meetings, like when we walk around campus and I see like the guys like be friends. Like I feel like we've all met friends and teammates and colleagues on all different like professional and recreational levels because of this club. So just me seeing everything is like just makes me happy enough, and everything's just kind of into one.
I met Chase my freshman year. He was the guy running the account. He asked me over the summer, he was like, "Are you gonna try out?" And I was like, "Yeah, probably, I'll go for it." So first practice, met him. Thought he was a pretty strict guy, and I thought I was in for a rude awakening with him. But over time, I started getting really close with him. He became a big brother to me. I always go to him whenever I have problems or I need advice, and he helps me out. He runs practices like an actual coach would. It's really impressive, honestly. He makes me motivated with how hard he works and all the roles he has and does. So I really appreciate him, you know. It sucks it's my last year with him, but I know he'll be a forever brother for me and a good friend in the future.
So when it comes to Chase, I think Chase does a fantastic job practicing with us because he has so much to do. As a president, he's got to organize so many things. He understands the game well. He has the best intentions in hand. You know, there's times where people might argue or whatever. We always figure it out. It's a tough role, and respect to him for doing a good job in it.
Chase is a great guy. I mean, we've had our differences on the field just with skill level, but I think he's the best president we could have. He's great getting the group together and just explaining drills, doing everything, making sure everything runs smoothly. So I think it was great.
I've definitely seen Chase as, I mean, he's president, but he's definitely taken a good leader role since I've joined the team. I definitely look up to him. If I have a question, if I need advice, he's probably the first person I'm going to go to. And I think even in the difficult times during this season, he's still managed to keep us together and just do a really great job overall.
So Chase Spencer, you know, great guy, cares a lot about the club, which you can see through his play and just himself in general. Like, he definitely made the club a brand, absolutely. So, you know, outreaching to resources when he needs them. I would say just like the support from, you know, his family and, you know, other people around campus, I can see definitely comes from Chase. So that's one thing I would like to highlight.
Chase has been a great leader and mentor to me. Definitely one of the first guys that I met when I was on this team, and he really just helped me and showed me the ropes around campus and just around the team and everything. And I think without him, I wouldn't be in the place that I am now, and I'm very grateful to have made him he's helped me a lot overall, just becoming a better person than I was when I first walked in here my freshman year.
So me and Chase go all the way back. Like, I met him like the first week on campus. Instant impression is this kid loves soccer. He loves the game more than anyone I've ever seen in my life. And he really took the bull by the horns and really took control of this club. And to be honest, like, we would be nothing without him. Like, he's been president for all these years and really flipped the direction of this team. He's been a great captain, great president, e-board presence, but also like a great friend. I see him all the time on campus at the gym, and he's always dabbing me up, saying, "How you doing, brother?" We're always hanging out off campus, and he's gonna be a guy that I'm gonna keep in contact after school, and just a friend, a brother for life.
Being president has definitely been an exciting experience. It's challenged me in a lot of different ways. It's put a lot of pressure on me in different ways, but it's also been something that I look forward to doing every single day. Even like not during the school year, like over summertime, like I spend my time like thinking about the next season, thinking about ideas and plans I have for the club, and it's definitely been something that I'm really proud of myself for taking on. So our roster is about 26 to 28 guys, if I'm being correct, I think. Where we start the season a little bit more, and then as the season goes on, people decide it's not for them, that's perfectly fine. We want to kind of create the identity that everyone who's here wants to be here, and that's the most important thing. But freshman year was a struggle. The club at the beginning of my freshman year wasn't a club. It was a hangout session. It was a couple guys just playing pickup sessions. That's fine too. It's a great way to start. It's a great way to get people together. But definitely when I first took over, there wasn't any guidance even from me. I kind of took everything from scratch and had to learn everything by myself. Like the former president just kind of like, "Hey, I'm graduating, here's this," and you can just take it from there. So it was definitely a learning curve, and it was definitely just so unorganized, so putting every piece together was definitely rough, but I'm glad we're here now. I guess the goals that I have every semester change. As every semester we gain players, receive and lose. We gain players and we lose players. So it's always a different atmosphere. You have different personalities you have to deal with and adapt to, which is good. I feel like every single year we've had more positive reinforcement into the club and like have positive attitudes and positive personalities, which is just completely important to club morale. So I always base my goals around what we have and what's in front of me, and I try not to worry about the things I can't control. Yes, I definitely think I've achieved the goals that I've set, just because of things we're doing like now. Like this exactly here is a goal, just to be here and just be able to do things on and off the field, and have identity with the club and have togetherness with the team. That's the main goal, just to have guys come together, play the sport that we love, but also grow as people and grow as athletes. It's a great thing. Now that's my senior year, I wish I relaxed a little bit more. Obviously I have a very important role and I have a lot of things I have to deal with on and off the field, but there were times in previous seasons where I took like my stress from outside sources, and then even just being the president, and I brought it to my game and I brought it to the field sometimes, and I wish I never did that, because I hurt the team morale at some points, and I hurt my own confidence and my own thought process at times, and letting my shoulders kind of rest now and letting know that everything will work itself out is a lot better for me. I don't think there was ever a time where I wanted to get away from the club. I mean, this is a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to play. Like I said, it's a privilege. I'm so happy to be here. I didn't think I'd ever play soccer again at any level after high school. I didn't have a good experience. I wasn't anything special. I was just like a basic rotational player. I didn't have any confidence. And then coming here, I found my love for sport again, grew confidence, and I don't want to get away from it. Legacy I like to leave behind is just the overall aspect is that you can set anything, you can do anything you set your mind to. It's a cliche, but it's so true. Like I said, when I took over as a freshman, I was dealing with guys that were older than me by 3 or 4 years, and they didn't really respect me for the position that I held at that time. But when you're the one doing all the work, or you're the one putting all the hard work in and the time and the effort in, and then they're not recognizing it, it's hard to want that recognition. But you have to be proud of yourself and proud of the things that you've accomplished as an individual, as a team, as an e-board, whoever that is, whoever the captains are. Each individual person on the starting 11 or on the bench has a role to play on and off the field. It's so important. The club in 5 years, it's a scary sight, because that means Jake's going to be president next year, and then Gio in the future, potentially Corey or Tom. 5 years, hopefully it's at a high level. Hopefully they're still a club and running well. Hopefully that the standard that I brought the club to, the routine that I brought the club to, and just the overall camaraderie and like want to be here and want to like grow every single semester is still there. I think that's the most important part. I think if I came back and it wasn't a thing anymore, I'd probably break down. Because I put too much time into this for me to come back in the future and if we're not to be here. I just hope it's at a high level. I hope it's everything that me and Jake wanted. Hope it's everything that seniors last year wanted and everybody before that really wanted. They just couldn't really put the pieces together for it. I just hope it grows. I hope it's recognized. I want it to be recognized.
So working with Chase for the past 2 years has been a great experience. He's taught me a lot about the club and just leading an organization as a whole. And I hope to take everything that he's taught me and moving forward, use that to my best abilities as the president next year, and kind of take the standards and the policies that he's put into the club and shape the culture kind of in that same direction, and help the guys like perform to their best ability, but also just keep a welcoming, open atmosphere for all the guys. I know that was tough at the beginning. When we first came in, there was a lot of different egos, and now it seems like the team is kind of becoming slowly more and more like united as one. We all kind of seem like we have a common goal, and just creating a culture around the team that's more than just playing and competing 3 nights a week. It's an atmosphere where guys are like, feel free to hit each other up and be like, hey, you want to go out and grab a beer, or like anything like that.
So in terms of being a senior, like leaving a legacy behind, any advice for people that are probably younger or not coming here yet? You mature every single year. It's going to get harder, but then at the same time it gets easier because you keep overcoming different obstacles. So that can apply to soccer, it applies to school, applies to life, relationships. The same mindset, just keep getting better. Don't be too hard on yourself and chase your dreams, do what you want.
So I would say just come in, try and have the best mentality coming into it. Obviously it's club soccer, so you want to come have fun, but we want to achieve a greater goal. So if you could come in, put the work in, and try and achieve a greater outcome for the community and all the boys, I think it would be great.
You know, being a senior, it's going to be tough leaving. I definitely had a lot of, friendships with these guys that I've built. So I was going to say it's tough, coming in, not knowing exactly where you're going, and then leaving all of a sudden, it just kind of flies right by. So I kind of hope to expect, to come back, a couple of years. We have an alumni game going, maybe pop my head back and see what's going on. So hopefully the club's in really good shape. So that's where I'll leave it.
It's definitely very sad. It's kind of like it hasn't really come hit hard yet, because I'm still gonna come back next semester and still kind of play. But I've seen all these new guys come in, and just for example, Frank and Ryan went to the same high school, and I kind of brought them under my wing a little bit, kind of I don't got much left in me. It's your turn now. You gotta, you represent this club now. This is your team. You're gonna have to, take control of practices. Like when this incoming class comes in, you're gonna be an old head now. You're used to being the freshman that gets told to move the goalpost. You're gonna have dudes listen to you. There's no more being the younger guy. You gotta step up here. It's your turn. And I just wanted to get that point across to them that, I want to come back as an alumni, play in the alumni game. I'm gonna kick your asses, but I want you guys to succeed and just take this club further and further.
For any new players for the team and all my returners next year, I'd definitely say just relax, take a deep breath when things get a little stressful, and appreciate every little moment.